So it's not as though they did something to commit sexual assault and then it became worse than they thought. No. And it's not as though I escaped something bad and they were so glad that I escaped something bad. No. It looks like they repeatedly tried to kill me. Right. So this is actually multiple attempted murder. So it looks like because I survived and I was looking okay, they still did the same thing again, trying to knock me off. Right. And my body would not let them do it. That's what happened. They could not do it. They were unable to produce a stroke in my body. It wasn't from a lack of trying from them. So I think this is why it looks like, what I do remember is, in my way of thinking, in my recollection, that of course, the electronic evidence shows the whole thing took 1 hour and 55 minutes or whatever, and it was only supposed to take like 45 minutes, and I recall, but it doesn't mean that I was flat out unconscious the full 60 minutes. If that were the case, I don't think I'd be around today at all. So I think what happened is I came to, and then they tried to do it again. I came to again, and then they tried to do it again. I think that's what happened. And that's probably why, I came to and they did it again, and I again became unconscious, but I did not suffer a stroke as they had wanted. Right. So I think I became unconscious several times. I think that's probably what I recall what it seems like, because in my way, in what I remember, it felt like I was there for probably 1 hour and 1 hour and 20 minutes. Right. So I don't think I was really out unconscious for 50 minutes straight across. So, but it also shows something much worse. They were repeatedly trying to kill me. And so I think what happened is, because I was very physically fit, and of course by a miracle, you can't say it's anything but a miracle. And also, but probably the medical fact that's very important is literally my pre-existing condition did a lot. Because my pre-existing condition was the problem with sufficient blood getting from the heart to the brain, and there was already some compensatory mechanisms active. Right. And these are the kind of things people, when some old person has a stroke, they give you an injection for something called TPA, right? But actually, what TPA is, it's a naturally occurring chemical. So my body had all these assets going where it was defending itself and fighting against this attack, and literally they could not kill me. At least they could not kill me in that way. They probably could take a pillow and smother me. Yeah, maybe they could have killed me off in that way. But they could not kill me in this way, where they can disguise it as a coincidental stroke. So ultimately, they let me go. So I think they kind of think in that way too. Oh, you walked out of there. We did you a great favor. We were going to kill you, but hey, we just tried to kill you, and we sexually assaulted you at the same time, but somehow miraculously you survived. So anyway, and also the CT evidence shows I had a similar CAT scan done years ago, and in that CAT scan of the brain, there was calcification, mild levels of calcification in a couple of the major arteries in the brain. And with the post this action test, that calcification was gone. So what happened is, when they flush the blood out of the brain and use all that force, it actually like a landslide, dislodged the calcification. And the calcification actually settled in other parts of the body. New calcification was found in the left ear and in the middle of my back, so some odd places. And also when they did this, the landslide coming down, it caused injuries to the giant vein. They have a giant vein system which comes from the brain to the heart. You have the jugular veins. They come down and then it meets up with the superior vena cava, and then it's like a straight shot into the heart. So because of this landslide going down, I developed, because obviously there is an obstruction and injury in those giant veins coming from the brain to the heart, because on the top of my chest, what has developed is what's called collateral circulation. Now these are, normally very small veins which you wouldn't see. Now, you know how on your arm you can see the veins, if you're not fat. Okay. If you're not fat, if you lift weights and all, you can see the veins on your arms, right? But you're not supposed to see the veins on your upper chest unless you're like really low, like a really super low body fat person. But now I'm seeing all these veins on the upper portion of my chest, and it actually shows the pattern. It shows where the giant veins come down from the head down to the heart, and it looks like right in the middle you got like a detour. You got this additional veins making a detour, and it comes off those veins, it goes off to the left shoulder area, and then it comes to the heart. Now, of course, the other one also is probably sending blood down, so it looks like because there's some kind of an obstruction there, this additional pattern is also formed. So really, when I had all these